Hello. Am I audible?
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
वालेकुम सलाम।
हाँ मेरी आवाज आ रही है जावेद?
हाँ आ रही है, बस थोड़ा फटी फटी सी आ रही है आवाज़। I welcome Dr. Sayyid Humayoun Shabir for today's guest lecture. The title of today's guest lecture is English Phonetics. Actually, he will be stressing on the pronunciation part of this phonetics. So I hope this will be very beneficial for all of us and our students. I hand over the podium virtual mic
hello
to Humayoun.
जावेद साहब,
जी जी
हाँ can you do something in the setting? I want to share my screen. Is it possible that I'm sharing it, only host can share this meeting?
you can
If
share
you
your
can change the settings so that I can share the screen.
You can share your screen. Please share your screen if you want to show something.
But it says only the
No,
it says only the host can share this in this meeting.
Okay, let me check.
No, maybe there is some setting issue.
Yeah, I'll
Okay, okay, while you're checking, let me welcome all of you to this this online lecture. The topic I've chosen today is how to self-improve your English.
Yeah. You can unmute. Please unmute yourself. There was some error. Please unmute yourself. Yeah, you are audible now.
I think I have unmuted.
Yeah, you.
Okay.
Voice is clear.
Okay, I'm audible. Okay, if I can somehow share the screen, it will be better because I have prepared a PPT for them. That's why I wanted to show
Please
them this. Anyway, please check.
Yeah, okay.
I'll start. Okay.
You can please check. You can share it now.
The topic.
You can share it now.
Yes, I can share it now. Okay. Yes, I can share it now. So the topic of today's topic is how to self-improve your pronunciation. That's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to share the screen with you just a few seconds. Okay, I think is it visible?
Your screen is not. Oh, okay. Something appeared.
I think
it's a blank screen. Yes, blank white screen. It is still working. Blank white screen. It is something is happening.
Nothing on the
process. It is in process. I think there is a circle.
Okay.
You can start.
Okay, I'll start. So the topic is how to self-improve your English pronunciation. Now you see, first of all, let me tell you, what do you mean by pronunciation? Pronunciation is how we say or pronounce words, or the way in which a language is spoken. Now, this is a question because we are able to communicate in a better way. That's why we learn pronunciation. Okay, before I want to clarify some what you call technical words which are involved in phonetics. Number one is phoneme. I don't know whether you're able to view my screen. It's there, but that's phoneme is okay. That's good. Phoneme is a distinguishable sound or vowel or consonant in a particular language that tells apart one word from another. Phoneme is a basic sound like p, b, m, l, d. This is called phoneme, the basic sound. And collection of these sounds, we make a word, or this word, or our spoken word is a combination of phonemes. Now, what is phonetics? When we talk about phonetics, we should know what it is. Phonetics basically deals with the speech sounds in a purely physical form. Speech sounds like b, b, m, how they are produced. What which speech organ is there which produces the sound, and what is the speech process. All this is discussed in what we say phonetics. Then there's another word. It's called phonology. Phonology is concerned with describing pronunciations and patterns of a speech sound of a particular language. Say we're talking about English here. We're not talking about other languages here. Now, so let's come to the English phonetic alphabets. Now you see, uh, as per the standard, we have 44 English phonetic alphabets. 20 vowels and 24 consonants. Now, why do we need so many these sounds? Because English language has that many sounds, but it only has 26 alphabets. English phonetic alphabets are the symbols that represent sounds. Like I'll show you later on what are basically these phonetic alphabets. Now, you see, they represent phonemes, like which sound is represented by p, which symbol represents p, b, o, e, a. What those symbols are called phonetic alphabets, which represent these sounds. Now, why do we need phonetic symbols? We need phonetic symbols because our spellings do not correspond with the English sounds. So, for example, there are a lot of silent words, like the word like honest, it begins with H. We have similarly so many words. That's why we need phonetic symbols, because our spellings do not do justice with the pronunciation of the language. As I already said, we have 44 sounds, but only 26 alphabets. And on the top, we have a lot of homonyms, a lot of homophones, a lot of silent words. That's why we need proper phonetic alphabets to know about each and every sound produced in a particular language. Okay, when we have 44 sounds and only 26 alphabets, and we have a lot of silent words and all these things, does this make English language weird and difficult? No, it does not. This is usually a question asked by many students. Why is it that English language only has 26 alphabets if it has 44 sounds? Why is a certain word silent? Why is spelling, why is spelling written in such a way? Like spelling of committee, COMMITTEE. Why so many T's, so many E's, and so many M's? Does this make English language weird and difficult? No, it doesn't. In any language, you will see that meaning, usage, spelling, and pronunciation change over the time. So this is a basic feature of any language. Like if we all, most probably our listeners would know Urdu. When we write the word bilkul, we say be alif lam kif lam. So alif is there, it's silent. So this is a feature of each and every language. And say why, I was just telling you, why do we need phonetic alphabets? Like I have written here, if the screen is visible, I hope it is visible. It's written FLOWER and FLOUR. Both are pronounced as flower. So usually what we do, we pronounce the first one as flower and second one as floor. But that is incorrect. Both are pronounced as floor. Now, why are they pronounced like that? Basically, both these words have a root word from the French word fleur, which means both fine, like flour, atta, and blossom like flower. So that means that there are a lot of historical reasons and a lot of many reasons, because every language borrows from other languages, and there are a lot of influences that a language has, geographical, and maybe there are technological influences, there are influences of war, and so many things. All these go on making a certain language. That's why meaning of a certain words, their usage, their spellings, and the pronunciation changes over time. And this is not uh, this is a feature of a good language, of a living language, a language which ceases to change, dies eventually. So let's come back to the topic. What do you call what are saying pronunciation? So pronunciation basically, I told you, deals with phonemes or sounds of a language. Now, briefly, I'm going to talk about a few things. Like, first of all, we have speech organs. Our lungs, our pharynx, larynx, teeth, tongue, lips, palate. All these things. Usually we say that we speak through our tongue. No, it is not only tongue. We speak through a lot of organs. Our lungs, they push the air, called airstream. And when we, for example, when we whistle, this is a whistle, and we give a particular shape to our mouth. We, what do you say, we obstruct the airstream or constrict it in such a way that a certain sound is produced. Similarly, in phonetics, vowel and consonants are not defined in terms of A, I, or U or other things, but they are defined in terms of how a sound is produced. When when air moves from the lungs towards our mouth, called moving air or air stream, for example, when we produce the sound "b," a consonant "b," what we do is that we obstruct the sound with our lips, "b." When you use the sound "f," 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 we obstruct the sound with our lips and with our teeth. But this is called a consonant, a sound which is obstructed. When moving air or airstream is obstructed with our speech organs, say lips, say teeth, say tongue. But there are sounds where we do not obstruct the sound. We may constrict it, but we don't obstruct it. Like we use the word "ah." There's no obstruction. This is called vowel. Okay. Now, these are the phonemes or the sounds of English language. Now, you see, I'm a bit clear that I'm not going to teach you each and everything today because it's just 30 minutes lecture. So, my aim is only to, just after you will see the slides and I'll come to that part of the lecture, the practical part of the lecture, how we can learn this English phonetics and English pronunciation, improve your English pronunciation yourself. Now, these symbols are given here, and you see, you have all these. I'm not going to talk about them. I'm not going to read them one by one because I don't have that much time. We have vowels, then we have consonants. Now, you see, when you're learning these symbols, it's important that you learn these symbols. When you're learning these symbols, consonants are very easy. Like p is for P, B for B. So it's vowel. You just need to understand them in a better way, like how e, u, e, bead, hit, book, like vowel. At the end of this, lecture, I'll be giving you name of some books and name of some websites where you can self-learn this. Okay. Now let's come to this example. Like you see, like we have the same sound B and T. The consonants in all the words like bit, bat, but, bet, bot, boot, boat, beat, bait, bout. Now, how do you differentiate the sound? We differentiate it to the vowels like a, a, I, o. Now, these are the sounds which you need to learn. And and it's important that you pay a lot of attention on the vowels, because vowels, you have different symbols and they are basically a bit confusing. The consonants are easy. And see, how do you, how do you do it, and how do you do it? I've given you at the end there are some online lectures from the BBC. There's a BBC English where they will show you how you produce the sound, and that will make things easy for you. Okay, I'll come to that later. Now, another important thing is we have a pronouncing dictionary on our mobile phones. Do we still need to learn the phonetic alphabets? I mean, for example, nowadays what you do is that you have, for example, you want to know how the word like this, camouflage, camouflage is pronounced. What you go to the dictionary, you click there on the speech button, and it gives you the pronunciation camouflage. Now, what happens is that you don't need to. Do we still need these phonetic symbols? If you have the dictionary, I mean the dictionary, the mobile dictionary, telling you the pronunciation better than what the symbols would do, you still need it. Yes, you still need it. Why? Because as a beginner, you know this this is from the dictionary. This is a phonetic symbol. Now you see, it gives you phonetic transcription. It gives you syllable division and how it divides the sounds like cam, e, flage, cam, e, flage. Now what to do? It's good for practice. So it is not that the online dictionary with which can tell you the pronunciation is not enough if you are a beginner. If you want to learn it in a better way, it also gives you intonation, phonetic transcription, syllable division, everything. That's why you still need to learn these phonetic alphabets. I don't think learning phonetic alphabets will take you more than maybe a week, not more than that. Now see, what books and websites should you consult? And this is very important. This is where I come to the to the real part of my lecture, how to self-learn it. You know, while I was I knew that I'm going to deliver this lecture to you. Uh, I what I wanted to give you a short list and the best. Now, if you want to go for the online resources, offline resources, I mean, you want to buy it for a book, which is a good thing, which is a better thing than the online thing. Now, this dictionary, it's a general dictionary, Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. It is one of the best dictionaries available in the market, particularly for the undergraduate students. Now, why this dictionary? It is not a pronouncing dictionary, it's a general dictionary. This dictionary will give you meaning of the word, its usage, which you require, and in many cases it will give you the similar words, etc. But in terms of pronunciation, it also gives you syllable division, it gives you intonation, and it gives you phonetic transcription of the word, how the word is pronounced. And all the dictionaries come with a CD also. Now, Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary, will help you overall in the overall build of your language, how you will learn it yourself. It's not only about learning pronunciation, but meaning of the words. Now this one, English Pronunciation in Use by Mark Hancock, PUP. If you cannot buy the book, it's not a very costly book, but still, you can ask your library, your college library, to buy this book. This book, English Pronunciation in Use by Mark Hancock, is one of the finest books available in the market through which you can self-learn pronunciation. It will tell you each and everything, how to pronounce each and every word, how to pronounce a sentence, how to pronounce, everything in different situations. And it has pictures which tell you what shape should your mouth take when you are speaking O, A, E, U. All these things are given there. Plus, this book comes with 4 CDs. There are 4 series. The book is maybe not, I think it's 200-page book, but it is best book available in the market where you can self-learn pronunciation. If you want to go for the online resources like Cambridge Dictionary, Oxford unfortunately does not have an online dictionary, it's paid. Now this dictionary, Cambridge Dictionary, dictionary.cambridge.org, it is the best online dictionary, particularly in terms of pronunciation. It gives you both American and British pronunciation, but uh, and it gives you the most correct form of pronunciation is given by this dictionary, Cambridge, if you're going for online dictionary. And it also gives that what this Oxford dictionary gives, usage, etc. Now, BBC Learning pronunciation, BBC Learning English, it should be BBC Learning English is a website. You just Google it, BBC Learning English / pronunciation. You will find some of the very basic lectures on how the sounds are produced. I think these 4 resources, I have minimized it. No, I've gone through a lot of resources, a lot of books and a lot of things, but I've minimized it to these 4 things because I wanted it for students, and students should know that I didn't want to bombard you with so many books and so many references, but I think these 4, even if you have to choose 2, choose the first 2. English pronunciation in use by Mark Hancock is enough. If you have to choose one, that book will be enough for you. You can take help from, the Cambridge Dictionary also. Okay, this is one thing. Then, how to go about it? How to go about learning? How to go about it there? Now, go slow. You don't have to rush to things. When you pronounce a word, pronounce the word slowly. Like I said, the word camouflage, or the word, any word. Like we have the word like conductor. Go slow and speak loudly. Don't hear your sound. So when you speak loudly, you know that you're pronouncing in a particular way. Nowadays, because all of you are taking this class on your mobile phone, so you have a phone recorder. So record your voice. Don't shy and see how much you have improved, or where are you pronouncing it wrong. Because you can listen to the from the Cambridge Dictionary, you can listen to the original pronunciation, and you can see the phonetic transcription. Then you use phone recorder. See, are you able to pronounce it well? Okay. Over articulate. Don't say the words like camouflage. Say camouflage. Like over articulate. Now, some other tips. Listen to native speakers and observe. Listen to native speakers. Like the best thing, if I tell you what should you listen to? I think BBC News is the best option. BBC News is the best option. That will, they speak they don't rush to things. The news always comes in a moderate, tone. You don't have normal speech there, so you can listen carefully. You can use audiobooks. Say, for example, if you have a book, and you use the audio version from LibriVox or it's available online. Anywhere you can find audiobooks, and then you keep a copy of that in your hand and pay keen attention to how the person is, reading the book, and you just pay attention. That will be also very helpful while you're learning pronunciation. And the last thing I would say, whenever you consult a dictionary for meaning, don't forget to check the pronunciation. That's very important. What we usually do is that when we encounter a difficult word, we go to the dictionary and find its meaning. But I would really like you to find its pronunciation also. That's very good, because so not only meaning but pronunciation. That will also help you in. Now, you have to remember that things take time. You cannot do it in a day or 2 or 3 or 4. It takes time. So you have to practice regularly. Consult with a teacher wherever you feel necessary. Be steady, but don't give up. Never give up, because it's not a difficult thing. You can learn it, and you will learn it, I think, better than anybody else. Okay, thank you. Now, I think we should have some questions from the audience, if Javed Saab is there.
Yeah, I'm going to unmute all of you. Or the better way would be if you raise your hand. If you have any question, you can use the option raise your hand. I'll allow you to unmute. If any of the students, participants wants to ask a question, they can raise their hands. Maybe they don't know how to raise their hands. I'll unmute everybody. Just in a minute.
I think anybody, I think Firdaus Sofi is somebody who has been unmuted. Do you have a question, Mr. Firdaus?
No,
Okay,
sir.
let me Ham, hello? Ham, please
Sir?
speak.
No, sir,
Ham,
I didn't
batao,
have
batao.
any. Sir, I didn't
Okay,
have
you
any
don't.
question.
Okay, you don't have any question. I think uh,
You can raise your hand if you have a question. You can use the option raise your hand.
actually, Javed sir, you had muted yourself
Yeah, I know.
somehow.
Now it's, am I audible now?
Yeah, you are audible now. Okay, let me, if there are no questions, let me, let me tell you something more. If there are no questions, we have, I think, 10 minutes more. If there are questions, they can raise their hands, or you better unmute them, because if you unmute them, they don't
Yeah,
know how to raise their hands.
I'll ask them to unmute themselves. I'll allow them to unmute themselves. But
Okay.
I have to do it one by one. Actually, the setting option is not visible in my computer. See what happens. See what happens. I'm muting them once again. I know
So
what
you
they
are
do.
being, anyway, let me, uh, okay. Let me give you something more. You know how to use these resources which I have just told you. Like we have this BBC Learning. BBC Learning English. BBC Learning English is a general website where you learn the basic things about English. And there you can also learn about the pronunciation. Now see, I know because why I have not, laid stress on this BBC Learning English, because we know that we're doing all this on a low, I mean, internet speed. Uh, Now, once our internet speed is restored, you go to BBC Learning Pronunciation, Learning English. You will not only find pronunciation there. There you have, those teachers, and they will be, teaching you pronunciation in a very slow motion. Like, how do you pronounce the word sheep or ship? Sheep, ship. That's how they will be doing it there, and they will be telling you where and how to move your mouth, what shape your mouth to take while you're speaking a word or you're speaking a certain word. That will be very helpful for you. This BBC English, BBC Learning English. Now, when it comes to English pronunciation in use by Mark Hancock, this book is available online also. I mean, in the PDF form, but this book will not be that helpful if you don't have the CDs that are attached with it. So I would request Javed sir to buy a few books for the library. Then when it comes to the Cambridge Online Dictionary, we have a lot of online dictionaries. For example, we have Webster's. That's a very good dictionary, one of the best dictionaries. But they only give American pronunciation. This Cambridge Dictionary gives you both American as well as British pronunciation. And it has the syllable divisions and the recordings of all the pronunciation. And besides that, the usage and other things are also there. Now, I would, if there's any suggestion I can give you at the end, it's that if you don't have a dictionary, buy the one, Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary. It is the best. It's a thing that you will never regret in your life. Now, let me come to the phonemes again. You see, these vowels, how they are spoken. Like the first one, you have to understand that when it comes to the symbols, the phonetic symbols, you don't have to confuse them with the words. Of course, many consonants, they correspond with the alphabet, like per, pin, ber, bin, ter, to. But then there are some like this, T and that long S, it's ch. Then we have this D and kind of Z, is j, j, j. Then we have this theta type, it is sing. So you have to understand these things very well. I mean, you have to remember, and you can only remember them if you practice regularly. Like we have this, you see this one. Now, how do you pronounce the word but and bet? Now, you see the but, see the symbol for a sound, see the symbol for sound, bought. Now, B-O-U-G-H-T, ber and ter will remain there, but bought. This is like this. It's given in the red. Similarly, we have boots and beats, boat. Now, see how symbols are different for each sound, for the vowel sounds, like bout, bait, beat, boat, boot. Now, these sounds you can only learn through practice, and you have to consult the books I've given you. That's only the way to self-learn. Your teachers are always there to help you, and this is a whole list. Now, learning speech, it's very important that you know the position of your tongue when you are speaking a certain word. Like, for example, I'll give you an example of W and V. When we speak the word V and van, and W, O and one, how do we position our lips? When we say van, V-A and van, we touch our lower lip with the upper teeth. Van. But when we say W, O and one, we don't say one, we say one. We close our lips the way we do.
Sorry to interrupt.
Because we don't have,
I think
unfortunately, the
we are
video.
running out of time because we are allowed only for 40
Okay.
minutes. I think it is better to thank all the participants for participating in this virtual conference, our virtual
Okay,
guest.
thank you.
I think it's now time to end the meeting. Thank you all once again. Thank you, Humayoun sir.
Thank you all. Okay, thank you, Javed sir.